So now let's look at the resizable, which allows us to put a box on our page and it can be resized. And if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can also look here at the examples where it says animate, for example, and you could look at this source code and just simply copy this. Or if you just want it to be a text area, you don't want it to have that little heading. But we're just going to take the default functionality. And I already have clicked on view source. I'm going to go down and just copy all of this code, copy that, and go over to Dreamweaver and create a new page, and I'll call this resize, and open that up, select this text, and paste in my other text. So now we know that we need to put in the HTTP for these first 3 lines here for this to work. HTTP, colon, and down here, and down here. And again, so this is using one of the jQuery themes. It's a CSS style, and it's called Smoothness. This is telling the browser to go to the jQuery website to be able to get the jQuery library. This is telling the browser to go to the jQuery UI website to be able to get the jQuery UI library. Here are the styles that came with this, with the code, and I'll just move this down so it looks the way that we've been styling things. And we can see that the box that has the ID of resizable on it has been given a width and a height and a little bit of padding, and there's some text inside it as well. So this is a compound selector that says if you're inside of anything with the ID of resizable and you have an H3 tag around you, then make the text align to the center and put the margin to 0. Down here we have our jQuery function from the opening script tag to the closing, and it's saying basically if you have anything with the ID of resizable on you, then make you resizable. And in the body here we see our div with the ID of resizable. So I'll just add a little bit of text right afterwards, put in a paragraph tag. This is the text that can be resized, for example, and close that out. So now let's save this and preview it in the browser. And here's my little box, and I can resize that box. If I go over here, let's look at a different theme that I could apply to this. I'll go to my themes page again, and let's take something. I'll go to the gallery. Let's take, what is this, UI darkness. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, let's take eggplant. And pretty sure this does not have to be capitalized. Let me just double check here. Eggplant. I could also download it if I wanted to, but I really don't need to. I don't need to install it. I can just use the address. So let's just try this with eggplant. And save it. And preview. And now my box has the CSS styles with the eggplant theme, the darker themes. So that's kind of easy enough. Let's do another one. Go back over here to the jQuery UI, and let's do the tooltip. So the last one down here, tooltip. This page is having to take a second to load here. So this is the one that if I apply the title tag to something on my page, I can get the tooltip to open up, and I can also style it. So let's start with viewing the source, and I'll just copy all of this and bring it over to Dreamweaver, and let's create a new page. Call this one tooltip. Tooltip.html, and open it up, select all of this, and paste in my new code. So we know what we need to do right up here at the beginning, HTTP, colon, and same for the next 2 lines, HTTP, colon, and HTTP, colon. So they're using the theme of smoothness and pulling up those libraries. So I see my script here that says it's a function, jQuery function. It says anything that has on this document apply tooltip. So that's a little bit different than what we've seen before. It's just saying anywhere on this document apply the tooltip. Well, what it's actually looking for is anything that has the title tag wrapped around it. Then it's going to apply the tooltip. So let's just test this out in the browser, and then we'll see how we can change this. So here it is in the browser, and those are my tooltips that are working. It looks like I have a tag that hasn't been closed as well. I don't see where that is, so we'll come back to that. First thing is, let's try a different theme. So let's try sunny. We've already looked at that. And so now it has the sunny theme. So what's making this work? If we look in the body here, what's coming up is anything that has the title tag wrapped around it. So I have used the title tag here, or they have used in their example the title tag here right after that false link that you can create when you just highlight something and you go down to the properties inspector, and in the link field you put in the hashtag. So that shows us the ahref hashtag. Here we have an opening, closing link tags. And then if we look down here in the label, there's also a title tag. So let's just go into some other text, go into another area and add a title. Let's do this in the split view. So let's say, for example, if I highlight the word, oh, I'm in live, I need to be in design. If I highlight the word show, and I'm going to give it a false link, so I'll put in the hashtag here. And then right after my hashtag, and I'm now in the code, I'll add the title. I could also do it here in the properties inspector. So I'll add a title. It's going to, whatever I put in quotes here, this is my tool tip. And so whatever I put in quotes there is what's going to show up in the tooltip. So this is the one I've added, and here it shows up. Okay, so let's go back over here and try a different theme. So this time I'll put in the eggplant because we saw how that looked in the last one. So just for comparison, save it and preview. So it can be a really nice way to save screen real estate and to be able to add some different information onto your page. So maybe you have the name of a person, and when we hover over them, we could get in this kind of tooltip box some more information about them.